Hello, gentlemen.
Hey.
I'm here with T. Roses, my good friend.
Great being here, cousin.
Guest.
Great being here, cousin.
And Matthew.
Baby foe.
Baby foe.
Baby 400.
The Birdman himself.
A man of 400s.
A man of 400s. That's right. How was Christmas? You got 400s for Christmas, or you got probably some more hundreds? Oh shit, yo, that's a nice rhyme.
Double the 400s.
I'm baby 400s. Give me some more hundreds.
Yeah, that's a good one. You should say that. Next song or like freestyle, whatever you do, drop that in.
Little Pop Smoke. That's what it sounds like. I'm up in all the stores. Yeah. Give me all the hundreds.
Yeah.
Give me all the hundreds. Give me all the 400s.
Like if he was like, I'm baby 400, just give me more hundreds. Like some shit like that. Like some shit like that.
I'm baby 400, just give me more hundreds. Well, now you're gonna, well, I'll let you use that.
You're gonna need a lot more than 400s.
But it's good to see. It's good to see you, gentlemen, here.
Of course, bro. We've been looking forward to this.
As have I. The reunion, it's here, baby.
It is, dude. Everybody from the past that was on. I feel like that was on this show is all coming back now.
Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
you know,
bring back
everybody.
Everybody.
I like to, show the community, show the neighborhood that we live in.
Yeah.
And the characters that lurk within those towns.
That lurk these areas.
My man right here, the baby. I don't want to say infamous. Maybe the notorious baby 400.
Hold on. The notorious.
Oh shit,
baby 400. Oh fuck, that voice crashed so.
From by way of New Jersey, a kickboxer coming in at 6'7", 195.
I thought it was 6'4".
The notorious baby 400.
Like what, bitch? Glah, glah.
Yo, boys. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yo, Happy New Year, everyone. This is actually our first, I think I just said that. It's January 9th. This is the first pod of the new year.
Yes. First pod of the new year.
For us.
Yes, sir.
How's everything been? You got the Jamar Chase jersey on today.
Yes, sir, I do.
You like them, huh?
Nah, I don't like them.
You like Jamar?
Yeah, I like Jamar.
Okay.
But you're a Lions fan, obviously, right?
Yeah, I'm obviously a Lions fan, but unfortunately the Rams Schevatz, they couldn't get the job done.
That was a major Schevatz yesterday.
That was very Schevatz.
That was very Schevatz.
Yeah, the Rams. But I mean, listen, the Rams, their season, terrible.
Dude, they're the worst.
Playoff
Super Bowl champion to next year. They're the worst. Repeat season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Season. How do you say it?
The Super Bowl hangover is what I saw somebody call it.
But it's like this isn't even Super Bowl hangover. They were 5-12. That's horrible.
I think four.
No,
I think only 4. Like
I thought 5.
Maybe 5.
5-12.
Very bad.
That's horrible. Dude, if you don't make the playoffs, you have to win the Super Bowl. That's a shit season.
I'm thinking the Giants. Myself, both their Super Bowl losses. The year after, I'm fairly certain.
No, their Super Bowl wins.
The year
they made the playoffs. The year they won, when they beat Brady the first time, the 18-0 season. They were the best team in the NFL the next year, I think.
Okay.
And then the one
I was gonna say that they didn't make the playoffs.
No, they did. They were 12. They were like 12-4. I remember that. I remember that season.
I felt like they regret. Well, okay. Yeah.
The second one, they missed the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs
the
next season.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking of something at least.
Just remember, Eli's Brady's dad, though.
That's right. That's right. We were saying that on this pod before. Eli is
Brady's
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, Brady's dad.
Nick Foles, who Thibodeau just murdered the other day. Did you see that?
Dude, he was
not to make a mockery.
He was like shaking on the fucking field.
That was rough.
Wait, it was ribs, right?
Well, I don't know what it was.
Dude, he was going like this.
You saw I was at the game.
Yeah, you were at the game.
So Thibodeau gets the sack.
Yeah.
I'm not super close, so I can't see what's going on. Thibodeau gets the sack. The place, I start going wild.
Yeah.
And then people are yelling at me like, yo, like, be classy about this. Nick Foles is on the field.
Yeah, dude, he was shaking.
But not even Thibodeau saw that, because Thibodeau's there doing the snow angels, and the guy was...
So that all happened so fast. How are you going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it was a great hit, reminiscent of Joe Theismann. I think a blindside hit the same way, too, right?
Yeah, but Joe Theismann, I think, the injury you're talking about? I think that was his leg.
When LT... Well, I'm saying it's a blindside sack like that. That was just like...
Out of nowhere. You just get hit.
Just boom.
And these are big guys, dude. You're getting hit blindsided by them. It's, oh my God, how painful that must be.
Mm-hmm. But my boy Hutchinson yesterday, he had some nice hits on Rodgers.
Yes, sir.
And that was good. It's an upsetting season. The Lions, they beat the Giants.
Yes.
They have a bunch of good wins. That win against Rodgers, I'd hang my head high.
They should do if they almost
deserve
won
the
that Eagles
playoffs
game the
next
first game of the
season.
year.
They did. They
It was
did
38
put up
it was
they did a good job at that
38-35.
Eagles game.
They could have won that game.
Yes.
I remember I think they were down 14-0.
It was
And
38-21.
people were like, "Oh man, like the Eagles, this is the same." Like the Eagles fan at the bar, like, "Oh man, the Eagles."
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they're like 13-0. Yeah,
Yeah.
13-0.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fucking crazy.
It was a great season.
Great
though.
season. I think it was a great season for all NFC's teams, to be honest. Even Washington, like, they didn't make the playoffs, but they played a good season.
East. Oh yes.
They
Okay,
played
I
a
thought you
good
were saying NFC. I was going to say not a good season for the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, God.
Hell no.
I was looking at
Not a
today.
good
They
season
fired.
for the Arizona Cardinals. Kingsbury.
They
gone.
fired. That's what I'm saying. Detroit could have lost. Had a terrible season.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the Raiders, you could be getting rid of your
Yeah.
quarterback.
Getting rid of your
Yeah.
coach.
You
Yeah.
could be the Cardinals getting rid of your coach. I think.
And
you know-
also the GM stepped down. Cardinals GM stepped down.
Really?
Yeah.
That was terrible. You brought Watt there. You brought Hopkins there.
And you did nothing.
What's his face? The
Ertz.
guy number
AJ
4.
Green.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying their quarterback
Murray.
yeah,
Sorry,
Kyler
he's
Murray
too busy playing COD and focused on COD.
had a terrible season.
Dude, well, he's also I never thought Kyler Murray was an NFL quarterback. I just don't see it. I think he was a great college player, but a lot of times that when you play that style, that doesn't translate to the NFL.
That game against the Bills last year where he throws it the fourth quarter, the Hail Mary,
Yeah.
and he slings it to Hopkins, and Hopkins brings that in on 3 guys.
And I thought that was this team's gonna be awesome.
That's
for
exactly-
years to come. And then
That's exactly it. I saw that game, and I'm thinking the Cardinals, they're electric.
Yeah.
And
100% electric.
today, this was a terrible year. This
Horrible
was a
year.
terrible
But
year
also,
for them.
When you look at it this way, in the last, I think I heard some crazy stat. In the last 60-something years, the Cardinals have been in the playoffs 6 times in the last 60-something years.
Damn.
So they've been bad. It's been a bad franchise for a long time. So, it's just to be expected out of teams like that.
I'm trying to think. They've been a pretty competent franchise. I feel like
In
for
our- in
most
our-
of
in our
our
lifetime,
lives,
yeah, in our
with
lifetime, yeah.
Larry Fitz being there.
had
Kurt
Kurt Warner
Warner
for a
took them
while.
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They were
Carson
even-
Palmer in the years following was
They were
okay
even-
with them.
They were competitive after that too. Yeah.
Played for this team, Carson Palmer.
Yeah, Bengals.
Oh, when he was throwing who was he throwing to?
Chad
Chado
Johnson.
Josico,
What was the
baby.
other guy's name? T.J. Hushmanzada. Remember that guy?
That was a long time ago, yo.
That's 2006. Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Whole new league now, bro. I love the league now. The NFL, I feel like every
Definitely
year
grew.
grew, and every year the NFL out of all major sports is always the most interesting.
Well, I've been really enjoying the NBA. I feel like the West is super competitive. I feel like there's a ton of good players because you're at a point where you still have LeBron, and his legacy is being affected every day.
By Baby
Yes.
Ron.
Very affected.
His legacy.
let me throw this to you, baby 400.
Yeah.
How will passing Kareem affect LeBron's legacy? That's big.
Not as much as Baby
And
Ron is going to
he's
affect
been
it.
putting the points up this year. You know that, right? He's going to pass Kareem, whether it's
But
this year.
also, in the West, you have all these new interesting guys too. Like you have John
That's what I'm
Morant,
saying.
Luka Doncic, Jokic, even
Booker.
and these other guys on these teams are really good too. They can really play.
Yeah.
But
Even
how
though
would
they're
that
not the
affect
star
LeBron's
players,
legacy?
I know. I think it's going to affect it a lot. Actually.
Well, I'll tell you what,
It will.
LaMelo, I was just watching the clips of LaMelo, affecting LeBron's
No,
legacy
he'll
the other
definitely
night.
affect LeBron's legacy. He's only how old is he?
He's young, yo.
He's 20.
18?
No,
No,
I think he's 20.
Wait, LaMelo's the one on the Hornets, right?
Yeah.
And
Not Lonzo.
Lonzo.
Yeah, no,
LaMelo's the youngest.
Lonzo's on the Bulls, right?
Yeah, Lonzo's on the Bulls now.
Yeah, he was on the Bulls last year too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I think he's been hurt. I haven't seen him.
Isn't there another ball, Leangelo or something like that?
Leangelo, but he's
Legello,
nowhere to be
no,
found. Leangelo, but he's nowhere to be found. He'll make it to the NBA after one game. He gets cut.
He's a bum.
Yeah. He's oh god.
He's a ball bum.
I know
Yeah.
you play a little ball. What do you think? 1-on-1, you versus Leangelo.
We should get that settled. We should try to get that
Get the
settled.
contract going.
Yeah. Talk to us,
Gotta
Leangelo.
get the
We'll
contract
we
going.
got to get the contract
We'll have
worked
to
out.
We'll have to have him play 1-on-1 against actually someone that knows how to play basketball, and he has to dominate them. Be like, listen, this guy, like that movie Hustle, the Adam Sandler.
Well, we
movie.
don't got to sell our man here, okay? Leangelo's a bum, got cut from the NBA team, okay? Come find us.
Wait, he did?
That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, didn't he-
he did make it to the
He
Hornets
made it to
practice
the Hornets.
squad.
No, I think it was no. The Pistons. He got cut. From
Oh,
that.
really?
Oh, so okay. I mean, he's
Because I
got
know
to
the
be
might be
Hornets have
wrong.
signed him to the practice squad a bunch of times, but you might be entirely right about that.
I think Detroit did cut him.
Yeah.
Well, you got cut from Detroit. The Pistons suck.
Hey,
Aren't the Pistons like terrible?
No, the Rockets
Yeah,
are
you
worse
talk
than
about
them.
a
The
bad-
Rockets are worse than the Pistons. Pistons are number 2.
But hasn't it been like
Rockets
the last 3 years? It's been like 2 worst teams are Rockets and Pistons. Like the last 3 years.
They have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I was looking at it today. Yeah, the Rockets since Harden left have
they
been bad.
fell off.
They fell off.
Like they're really like terrible. Like they're like 10 and I think I saw the record the other day. I think it's like 10 and 30, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I think what they did is they ruined their franchise when Harden was there by they traded all kinds of picks away for different players to bring Chris Paul in.
Yeah.
To bring
Russell
Westbrook in.
Yeah. And
They just tried to bring
and then
people
some
in.
other guys off the side that you never needed. Like
Well, I mean, but PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, those are good players.
Yeah.
You need those guys. Those are role players.
yeah. Where's PJ Tucker now? Heat.
He was in the Heat. I think he's at the Sixers right now. I
Oh,
think
okay. He's like one of
Tucker-
those guys. He bounces around from a new team every year.
He's a good player, though.
Yeah,
You know,
he's a good defender.
Milwaukee, when Milwaukee had him, I didn't think that Milwaukee should have got rid of him because they had him when he was locking up KD. Remember in that,
Yeah, I remember that.
series?
Well, yeah, Milwaukee versus Nets, 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Miami, same thing. They had him, and I was like, why are you going to get rid of him? He's such a great player to have to lock somebody up. Or try to at least try.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
know?
And some you need, and then he's like a big body too. He's like thick. You know what I mean? He could really lock somebody down.
I would like the Lakers to get him. They got Pat Bev, out here acting wild.
Well, it's Pat Beverly. He's always going to act wild.
What's up with Pat Bev? That's another guy. All right, we want you, Pat Bev.
Yeah.
We got our man here. We're not even going to show you any film. We know he's got the buckets in him. All right. You write the check. If the number's right, we'll get the one-on-one going.
And you sign the contract and write up the check.
That's right.
And we got a deal.
The numbers got to be right, yo.
On it.
Definitely. Numbers ain't right. We ain't doing it.
We ain't doing it. Numbers though, 2023.
2023, bro. I cannot believe like it's 2023 right now.
I'm excited.
I am too. 2022 was just flew by
Yeah.
nothing. Like nothing.
It literally flew by.
2022 was just like that. Like it just so crazy. Each year, I feel like each year since 2020.
Well, since the Great Virus.
The Great Virus, yeah.
Because I feel like the Great
It
Virus.
was a great virus, I'll be honest.
It gave us a good pause. And everybody got a second to kind of, think about things.
Get together.
Get together, look around at life.
Exactly.
Appreciate life.
Yeah. And then because 2020 went by really slow.
Hopefully some motherfuckers ain't appreciative out here. We looking at you. Okay? Nah, I'm kidding. Not
But
you.
yeah,
the guy next to you, behind you.
Like 2020, dude, that was that was just a pause.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like
Since then,
it was like the loading period on life, and then after that, 2021.
You're getting your affairs in order.
Yeah.
You're getting your ducks in a row.
I mean, honestly, I'm like R.I.P. to everyone that passed away from the virus. Even though and it's not a great virus because of like everybody that. Unfortunately, it passed away.
Listen,
but it was a great virus in a way that let the world pause for a second and let everybody think.
Yeah, we're not.
In a way, it was a great virus.
We're not joking about the deaths, and we
No,
don't.
we're not.
Take that
No.
lightly. But we are joking about calling it.
We're so bad.
We mean
dude.
that sarcastically.
We're so bad.
A great
Oh my
virus
God.
with, but you know what I mean. It did, for those of us who are lucky enough to still be here, give us that time and that breath from being at your job to be like, well, how can I recommit to this? What can I do to that? Take a look around and be appreciative.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
sir.
100%.
100.
Keep it 400.
Keep it 400.
That's right, baby. What you been appreciative of recently?
I've been appreciative of how far I came. I didn't come this far to quit. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's right, baby. 400.
The thing is, you can't quit. I mean,
Can't quit. Once you start, there ain't no going back.
that's right. But the thing is, it's like, if you think about, and always what I think about with any hustle is think about when you're at work. Think about how many hours you're putting in on the clock for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take that time You should be investing that time in yourself. And I don't want to be motivational right now, but like, I feel like, what if you took that time and were investing that time in yourself instead of somebody else's
business?
Dream.
Business.
Or, dream, or somebody else's
Think
dream
about
or
like
business.
this. Think about it like this. If you're able to work hard for someone else, why can't you go hard on yourself?
That's exactly it.
Like, think about it like this too. Like, if your boss tells you to take out the trash, you're gonna do it. If your boss tells you to show up to work at 7, you're gonna show up. But when you tell yourself to start your YouTube channel, you kind of lay back. That's kind of a lack of self-respect.
It's a lack of self-respect. I think it's a lack of discipline. I don't know what that comes from. Because that's interesting. Boss tells you to show up at 7. You're doing whatever to show up at 7.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you're gonna be there at 7.
But
you're
you
gonna be
tell
there at 7. But if you tell yourself to
you
start
tell
that
yourself to
YouTube
do
channel,
something,
the business,
And the thing is, we've all done it too. We've all done it. Like,
Yeah.
we've all been there.
yeah.
you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll do it later. You know,
Tomorrow turns into a week, then a week turns into 2 weeks, then 2 weeks
Yeah,
turns into a month.
it all starts with you.
that's facts. That's but that's there has to be something in yourself that you got to find that, because if you don't want it, you're not gonna get it. You know, if you sit around and talk about this and talk about that,
No, but
it's
that's
not gonna
just
happen.
wasting time. That's just wasting time because it all starts with you, like I said. Because, like, how do I say like this? Because, like, even if you're not disciplined or motivated, you got at least stay consistent because that'll keep the ball rolling.
Well, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, consistency, yeah, I mean, is key,
To everything
obviously. But I
almost.
think consistency and discipline are kind of like hand in hand. Like, you're not going to be consistent if you're, you know what's interesting? They talk about the gym, like where motivation drops off, discipline picks up.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you stop being like, I'm not motivated, I don't want to do this.
And you do it
but
anyway,
you still
it's
have to because
discipline.
it's your job. You know, it's like, and that's also it. You may not like, think about how many times you went to work, you didn't want to go to work.
you still did it
still
for
did it.
someone else.
Yeah.
But if you did that, like, I feel like you need to try to, and listen, me, I don't always, you know, I need to listen to this too, Alec. Listen to your own advice, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all of us. Me too, but it's all of us. I mean, it's all of us. It's everybody that's ever came on this podcast. We've all done it, bro.
Yeah.
We've all went to work. We've all worked for somebody else. Still
All
work
been
for
at work
somebody
when you
else.
didn't want to.
Yeah.
But then you don't want to do the work for yourself, and you're like, you know, whatever. I'll
It is-
play
and
Call
it's-
of Duty.
and
You're
it's-
Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got to be in the gym throwing bombs to D-Hop. You're like, nah, you know what? Screw that. I'm going to play Call
We're
of
hopping
Duty.
on Warzone.
Next thing you know, your quarterback coach getting, your head coach getting fired, you know?
Very Shkava.
Yeah.
Very Schevatz of you, Kyler Murray.
Very like, honestly, like very like careless. You know what I mean? Very like selfish actually.
Yes.
You look at Wiggins, he starts, being like, all right, I got to invest that time in myself. He's a world champion.
Yeah.
He was scavatting around in Minnesota.
Andrew Wiggins.
Big time.
Yeah. Andrew Wiggins.
Big time, yeah. When Jimmy Butler showed him up, like, you guys are bums, him and Kat.
Yeah.
He was scavatting around.
Yeah. Wait, when was he drafted, Wiggins, by the Timberwolves?
I don't know.
2015? Was that?
He's been around for a couple of years. You know what? He was drafted by the Cavaliers.
Who was that other
And the
guy?
Cavaliers traded him for Kevin Love.
Who was that other guy? Wiseman.
James Wiseman, yeah.
Number one overall pick. I've never seen that guy play.
Oh, well, he was hurt all of last year.
So he's like a Greg Oden.
He played, and then he got hurt. He's been back this year, actually.
What team is he on?
The Warriors.
Wiseman?
Yeah.
I remember he was the number one pick. Like
He was hurt for all the playoffs last year. And, yeah, because remember the Warriors had a terrible year
Yeah.
because nobody was around.
Wait, the year, like 2021 was that? When they
Whatever.
really-
When they
really bad?
traded KD and then Steph and Clay
Were hurt and stuff.
and it was like just Draymond. And then Steph came back like later on in the year.
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
like-
I do remember. Then I think that was 2021. Then they won the finals last year.
Then they won the finals, the following year, which is crazy. But they did, Well, they made some good moves if you think about it, because they traded KD for D'Lo. They traded D'Lo for Andrew Wiggins, who was a big piece of that chip. But you're right. I think if you look at his numbers, though, this year, I think he's been doing pretty good, Jameis Wiseman.
I remember his name. I just never seen the guy play.
Not Greg Oden, though, brother.
Oh, that's like number one probably bust of all time of like one of the number one busts of all time of like all sports.
That is, when you think about a name like that, that's a...
And how good he was in college. You would think, this guy's gonna be an NBA Hall of Famer. Didn't he play less than like 100 games in the NBA?
I don't know, but he did not make a lot of appearances in the NBA.
I think he barely played.
You seen the TikTok video of the old lady asking him if he plays basketball?
Nah, I never seen that.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
You seen
actually.
that as some like old lady being like, "Oh, you should be a basketball player." And
I
he's
was a
like,
basketball player.
I was a basketball, yeah. And it's, yeah, I think that was injury shit though. You know, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, when you just keep getting injured and injured and injured, there's some guys that they just get injured all the time.
Yeah.
Zion
Like
Williamson.
RG3.
RG3, Zion Williamson.
RG3, yeah.
He was the biggest downfall. I remember.
You know who I'm scared for? Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I know. Wait, dude, is he gonna play next week?
I heard he's supposed to play. I'm scared for him. Tua keeps getting hurt. Tua got hurt at Alabama. Now he's hurt every other week.
Tua's not gonna play in the playoffs, right?
I think. Yeah, I saw that they're. You know, I don't know Tua's status.
Mm-hmm.
I heard today though that Lamar should play. I think Lamar's been out for a whole bunch of weeks.
Who played yesterday for the Dolphins quarterback?
I think they had to sign somebody because Steven Teddy Bridgewater is hurt. I think they had to bring somebody in who I have no idea.
Yeah, I saw his face and stuff. I'd never seen him before though. I'd never seen that. They had to sign somebody.
And they still beat the Jets.
What a poverty franchise the Jets are.
Yeah, but dude, the thing is, they could be so good. They just they never put it together.
I don't understand the Jets because it's like you keep getting like, and I really like Sauce Gardner. But you got rid of Jamal Adams. You keep getting rid of like good defensive, and Jamal Adams actually was a problem. He was a problem towards the end. So you had to get rid
attitude
of him.
problems. Yeah.
But then you had that good. Well, Quinnen Williams, he's great. But you traded the other guy to the Giants,
Leonard Williams,
who's been great for the Giants. But yeah, I don't know. Well, they keep Schevatz around with their quarterback.
Yeah, well, I mean, Zach Wilson's not
Sam
the answer.
Darnold gone. Forget about
Zach
you.
Wilson
you know?
ain't gonna be the
Wilson
quarterback.
gone. You keep drafting a quarterback second overall and screwing
That
it
guy
up.
Mike White's not gonna be the quarterback.
And Flacco, he's just washed and old.
Yeah, Flacco could. He no way.
Done.
No way.
Like, he's been done.
He's been done.
His prime was when the Ravens won the Super Bowl.
He did well.
That's basically all.
Ed Reed and Ray Lewis really helped him, but that was his prime exactly. He had some great wide receivers. I think he was throwing a Torrey
Smith.
And
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah.
Anquan Bolden.
Yeah, that tight end they had was good. What was his name? Dennis Pitta? Was that the guy's name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt like they had I'm trying to think. Steve Smith Senior wasn't on that
Nah,
team.
he came he came like a little later.
He came later?
He came like a year later, maybe 2 years later, maybe.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. They did have some great wide receivers though, and he did look good. Well, they had a great D for a bunch of years there with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. You know,
they were just one of those teams that got hot at the end of the regular season. Then they took it through the playoffs, won the Super Bowl.
Well, you see some good defensive wins. You know, they won the Super Bowl on the back of their defense. Rams last year.
The defense, yeah.
Defense
and offense.
And that's why my problem with the Rams have fallen off big time. It's not like Aaron Donald's gone.
Nah.
It's not like Jalen Ramsey's gone. These guys are both there. Like, what happened?
Dude, sometimes it just, when you win, you're so high.
It's in your head.
It's in your head
and
that
they
you're
like lose a talent.
But also, if you remember that first game of the season, the Rams-Bills game, first game of the year, they just looked like you could tell the Rams like, oh, this team is not the Super Bowl winning
same
team.
that they were last year.
The first game of the year, I was like, oh, this team they're not a threat. Like,
who left?
Nobody really.
Von Miller.
Von Miller?
He was the only guy.
He's good, but his talent drop off might have been even further. He's obviously nearing the end of his career.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and Odell left, but you know,
He's still a free agent.
he is still a free agent.
Yeah, but also the thing is, even before they got Odell, they were still playing well last year.
Yeah, it's not Odell.
it's
It
not-
wasn't
it's-
Odell,
it's just-
and
I
it was, and it's same thing with Von Miller. He was a late signing too, and
Both of them, yeah.
They're just like
Well, Von
cherries
Miller,
on the top.
at this point, he just goes to a new team every year.
yeah.
Like, and actually,
Oh, you know what? Didn't the Bills sign him?
on the
Actually,
Bills right
he
now.
is on the
Yeah.
Bills,
Yeah.
right? Didn't they
Yeah.
sign him for like big money too?
Yeah, they signed him at the beginning, before the season started. Yeah.
Yeah, for like 140 for 4 years or something like that. I feel like we're looking good. Yeah, well, you know what? Odell, nobody signed him. What do you think? Was he not good enough to cut it?
Well, no, he was the injury.
It was too late.
It was too late in the injury. Like, still, people were like, "Oh, like
Yeah.
he didn't pass a physical," and they're like, "Oh, it's like late in the season. Like, well, if anyone, we'll get somebody else. Like, not Odell Beckham.
Yeah,
Like, we'll get
because I
somebody
feel
else.
like but how many teams could have used like a wide receiver? Like
Green Bay?
the Giants,
Yeah.
Green Bay,
yeah.
Dallas. You know, I mean, all these teams could use a wide.
I mean,
receiver.
when you look at Dallas, they only really got one real good wide receiver. Like CeeDee Lamb is like kind of like the only
he
guy
is good.
for them.
I
He
CeeDee
is
Lamb.
good, but
who's their other guy? Gallup though. Gallup
He's
is.
all right. He's all right.
I could see Odell going to the Cowboys, to be honest.
You could see Odell going to the Cowboys.
Next year, I could see him on the Cowboys.
I could see the Cowboys going to Aruba. after next week.
What
do you think, Tampa Bay?
I think Tampa Bay beats Dallas 20-17.
I like that.
20-17, Tampa Bay beats them.
20-17.
Yeah.
And 7 of those points for Tampa were a pick six.
Yeah, 100%. Or a fumble or
something stupid out of Dak. Dak botches the game.
I'm telling you, Tampa Bay is going to beat them. I know it. I could just feel it.
Oof. Well, we made the prediction.
And
I
think Tampa Bay beats Dallas, and I think the Giants beat the Vikings.
You know, the Giants Vikings, I like that. That's 4:30, 4:40 Sunday in Minnesota. They won on that 62-yarder.
Yeah, dude, they really, they should have lost that game last time. The Giants had so many chances too.
They should have lost that game. You know, that was a tough fought game. You remember the Giants, they got their punt blocked at the end of the game, and then they score, and then, Minnesota gets a short field.
Yeah.
They throw a little touchdown to Jefferson.
Yeah.
To go up 8.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, the Giants go right down the field and score.
Score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Saquon gets a 30-yard run for a touchdown.
And then they get the 2-point conversion.
And then they get the 2-point conversion from Daniel Jones on the back line to a tight end.
Yeah. And then they
that
was a good game. And the Giants were winning a lot of that game.
Minnesota gets the ball. They sack Cousins. And I think that's it. I think we're going to OT. Somehow they got another pass to Jefferson, and they kick a 62-yarder for the win.
Yeah, it was either team's game.
I like that matchup though. Can I tell you?
I'm telling you, I think the Giants take it this time because they should have took it the last time. And I think also the whole season I've always thought Minnesota was like a fake good team. I don't even think they're even good.
Well, you know what's interesting? Minnesota has, I think, the most their wins, I think in games that are decided by 1 possession or fewer,
they're like 12-0.
They're like 12-0.
Yeah.
Which is the best in the league.
That's like probably a record like all time.
Yeah. Which shows you know how to win games.
But close games.
Which must say something about your team because you're not blowing games at the end.
No.
Probably like the Cowboys.
But you're not winning convincingly too. You know?
That is true, but you found a way to win.
At the end of the day, all that matters is if you won the game.
But the Giants were second in that. I think they were like 8 and 3 or something in one-score games.
Yeah. Because the Giants never really blow teams out. They always play close games. And that's just how the Giants play.
Yeah.
But the Giants have always played like that. They've never been a team that like really takes control of the game. They always, when they win, they always kind of win in like the last quarter.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is true. A lot of games you look at this season. I mean, the Baltimore game, they came from behind on that win. The Tennessee game,
they were losing in the fourth quarter by 10.
Yeah. I think you were losing to a bunch of teams in the fourth quarter. The only time they put up more than 30 points this year was against Indy last week.
Yeah, 38-10.
Against Nick Foles, and you got a pick 6 with, my boy Landon Collins out here. My guy.
Landon Collins now?
They had to they re-signed him this year. Back, and he got a pick 6 last game.
There you go. Dude, I think it's going to be a very interesting playoffs. And I think every team this year, besides, honestly, I think the Dolphins definitely don't have a shot. And I don't think the Seahawks have a shot.
Well, if Tua doesn't do anything, if Tua doesn't show up, then no.
I think the Seahawks definitely have no shot against
the
San
Seahawks
Francisco.
Beat the Giants.
Yeah, but
earlier this year.
It was that was just one of those like weird games.
I feel like, I think what I'll say is I think the Seahawks have been declining. I think they were super hot beginning of the season, and I think the wheels are falling off.
They kind of backed into the playoffs. Like they
did.
They should have lost yesterday.
I think they were like 8-5 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they were, and then
the same way the Titans
lost 3
had
in a row.
A terrible end
the
to their
Titans
season.
lost the last 7 games of the season.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, the Titans botched their season too.
Another thing, I think Jacksonville beats the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jacksonville, that's what I was getting at with Seattle. I feel like they're dipping. The Giants, I feel like, are peaking.
Yeah, they are. They're playing really well, dude.
Yeah.
Even the game yesterday, the Eagles game, the Giants, their second string, they didn't look that bad.
I love how the NFL posted Kenny Golladay catching the touchdown at the end of the game.
That was worth $72 million.
That was worth $72 million.
It was.
It's an absolute disaster. Did you see if he caught like 80-something passes yesterday, he got his catch bonus for the year. He needed like 76 catches for like a $7,500,000 bonus.
Oh my god!
Like
dude.
they give players.
Wait. So this guy, I don't see him in the games ever. Even like earlier in the season, I never see him play.
His stats on the year, he has less than 10 completions.
Like
He's
10 catches,
He's
yeah.
like 4 catches, 4 drops, and like 10 targets.
Dude, they signed this guy for big money, dude.
It's like 4 years. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
70-something million.
Yeah.
72 million.
But dude, on Detroit, he looked like a baller. Like he looked like a real baller on Detroit, but didn't translate to the Giants.
I don't want to say, what does that say about Detroit? Because Detroit just beat Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Rogers done, bro. I think Rogers.
was
he's
watching-
gonna retire.
I
I was
done.
watching that game. You know, I thought that's crazy that Detroit has nothing to play for, and
they
you
still win.
can't beat them.
Yeah.
Oh,
But they were saying like
you don't deserve the playoffs.
Nah.
Obviously,
Nah.
lose that game, you don't deserve it.
nah, and they were saying like even if the Seattle won, Detroit, they were still gonna play as hard as they could. Like they did
Yeah.
it, dude. They're a
They
good
sent
team.
I think they sent a message for next season.
You
honestly.
should, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are going to be there. Your quarterback, hopefully your head coach.
Yeah.
You're going to be there next year, so you gotta.
You gotta send a message. You can't just go out like, oh, we're just gonna lose. We don't have anything to
You
play
just
for.
can't be like, fuck it, since the season's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I liked what they said. I don't know who it was. The secondary guy who was calling out Aaron Rodgers. Like, we don't like him.
Yeah.
We just don't like him. We don't
Yeah.
like his attitude. We don't like how he treats us.
Yeah.
You're not only you're sending a message not only to him and the Packers that
But you're
they-
saying it out to the whole league.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's just how they are, dude. The Lions, they showed a lot this year. I really wish they would have made the playoffs. Dude.
Definitely.
I think
They deserved
they
it.
were peaking.
I think they would have had a way better shot against San Francisco than Seattle
Than
does.
Seattle?
Definitely. I agree
with
Seattle's
that.
gonna lose by like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. I think San Francisco, the Giants could have potentially, a bunch of those teams could have moved around. The Giants could have played San Francisco instead of Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think San Francisco is good.
I think it's gonna be.
I don't-
dangerous.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Philly, San Francisco, NFC Championship.
I could see that.
So Philly's got the bye week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let's say that I think the Giants are gonna beat Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Bucs are gonna beat Dallas. So then it'll be Eagles versus Giants, and it'll be Bucs versus 49ers. And I think 49ers beat the Bucs.
You think that's what's going to end up being Eagles Giants? Yeah.
NFC divisional? I think it's gonna be Eagles Giants.
Yeah. I guess that's what happens, right? Because the Eagles play lowest remaining
Yeah.
seed.
Yep. And the Giants. So
And
it'll
if
be
the
like-
Bucks win,
They're-
even if Dallas wins, yeah, it's the Giants.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't see Minnesota.
Well, they have to. If Seattle wins, Seattle would play.
There's no way they beat
But
San
they have to,
Francisco.
which we don't think is
there's
going to
no
happen.
way,
Exactly.
dude.
Okay.
They could barely. They should have lost yesterday. The 5-12 Rams. Like
Literally.
they should have lost.
They
to them.
they did to Baker Mayfield's
That's what I'm
5
saying.
and
I
12
think it's like
Rams.
Eagles, Giants, then San Fran versus
Well,
Tampa Bay, and then
They did almost lose that game with that missed field goal from 43 yard
Yeah.
doink.
Yeah.
That Jalen Ramsey set him up for with that out of bounds, shove out of the quarterback. I'm pretty sure he hit, but yeah.
yeah, I think it's gonna be. I really don't see Minnesota winning a playoff game. I really,
Yeah.
and I don't see Seattle beating San Fran. And I think the AFC I see.
I like that. Realistically, the Giants, that game that we saw against the Eagles, it doesn't bode well for them.
No.
Yesterday, we don't really know. We can't factor that in. But that first game when they played the starters,
Yeah.
and what they lost like 38,
48-22, something like that.
not good.
Yeah, that's a bad loss.
Not
yeah.
good. Well, they also have 2 losses to Dallas.
Yeah,
So I mean, but yeah.
well,
It'll be tough going for the Giants. I like the Minnesota game. Hopefully they could win that and we could feel good about them over here in New York.
that's what I'm saying. They win one playoff game. Never know.
Well, they clinched the playoffs and we were all, hyped as hell. I was at the stadium.
How was the
I at
stadium?
the game.
How was the stadium like after they clinched the playoffs?
Oh, well, they started killing them that game. Like they get a touchdown. Detroit or Indianapolis gets 3 points. Giants go down, they score a touchdown. They score another touchdown. Landon Collins gets the pick 6 to go up 21-3, and the place just gets crazy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is over. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, this point, this is over. Yeah.
This is like, the place just starts getting crazy. I think after that, even then, the Nick Foles sack happens, and he goes out. Yeah, it was a great game. It was a great environment. I loved being there for that game. Giant Stadium has been sad a lot of games. Been a lot of losses. So
Yeah.
to be like in the stadium, like, yo, we playoff bound was hyped as hell.
Yeah, dude. That the first time in what, 6 years, 7 years?
I think 2014.
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it's gonna be it. I'm excited for all the teams that made it in. Really, like, I think every team has like a
Yeah, and then what you said, the West. Or the West. So who do we like? What are the you know what? I don't think I saw the matchups.
What, you mean the AFC?
Yes, the AFC, that's what I mean.
So it's Chargers, Jaguars, Chargers.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Bengals, Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
And Bills and Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty easy sailing for the Bills. They're gonna be
Well, two of
Dolphins.
those quarterbacks I think are questionable. Yeah, Lamar and Tua, which could change the outcomes of both of those games. Although, even with those quarterbacks, I do like both the Bills and the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the Bills, the Bengals, and I
feel
think
like the Ravens never.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
they get in the playoffs, they lose the first round every year. I
Yeah.
mean, who have they beaten that's good?
they're just one of those teams, bro.
They get a couple wins. You know,
Yeah.
they manage to beat like shitty teams, but I don't have any faith in them.
Same thing with like the Chargers. I have no faith in them. I think Jacksonville beats them because Jacksonville has actually beaten good teams throughout the year.
My dad's pissed we let go of Evan Ingram. He was talking about.
Yeah.
I think Evan
He's
Ingram
good
had
on- he's
his
good on the
best
Jaguars, yeah.
catches of the year.
You look at the Jaguars team. They got Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, ETN. Their defense is good. Like I think they could possibly make the AFC Championship.
Hawkinson too, right? Don't they have him, or is that somebody else?
That's the Vikings.
The
Yeah.
Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm wrong about that. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. Yeah. I don't know. I like Jacksonville. Yeah, I like Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence has really been like, yo, I'm legit.
Yeah, he is. And also that matchup against the Chargers.
He hasn't been wavering in like, I'm not going to, he's been trying. And he's also like, a lot of these guys have been coming into the league like, Lamar, not to discredit Lamar's success, but also Kyler Murray, who we talked about, and been like, yo, I'm going to run the ball and do all kinds of. We even see like, look at Russell Wilson. This year, who now that he's his athletic ability, his ability to throw is gone.
It was a very disappointing season, though.
Yeah. That's very disappointing.
Especially like all the hype that Denver had going, oh, we're going to be like playoffs contenders, AFC Championship
Super Bowl
contenders, can't win 5 games.
Nope.
No, that Denver, that's a disaster.
Yeah.
That's a disaster.
That's one of the worst. I think that's one of the worst situations to go in the NFL.
You screwed. I mean, you had such a good team with so much talent on it too, and you got rid of Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
You have Judy and Sutton, so it's not like you don't have talent to throw to. They destroyed that.
Broncos country, Russ tried.
Yeah. Like, it's the two worst situations I think right now to go into as like a new coach in the NFL would be the Cardinals and the Broncos.
Yeah, well, because it's teams that are like, you look at the Jacksonville, and Jacksonville's turned it around, but you look at them, Blake Bortles are, they're hyping this team up, and then that team got torn apart immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Leonard Fournette's gone, Jalen Ramsey's gone, Bortles obviously, he doesn't play anymore.
Yeah, no.
None of those people are here.
No,
that was
none
a
of them.
young team, some potential, and it's like, well, can we turn this into like a team and keep going forward?
All
or
those
we
guys
gonna
are
tear
gone.
it apart?
All those guys are gone. Yeah.
And that's what it looks like, Arizona, young team with potential.
Tear it apart. Honestly, I would.
Watt's gone now.
Watts retired.
Watt's gone. Christian Kirk left last year. Larry Fitzgerald retired.
I would get rid of
You
that
fired
whole
your
team.
head coach.
Yeah, I would get rid of that whole team.
What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? I mean,
Same with Denver. I think you just get rid of that.
talk
whole
about how
team.
dumb Houston was to get rid of D-Hop, but it's like you got D-Hop for what? Now you just wasted D-Hop.
Yeah, best receiver in the NFL one time.
Yeah, not that the guy that followed D-Hop at Houston. What's his face? Andre Johnson.
Yeah,
That was a wasted career. Matt Schaub throwing to Andre Johnson.
dude, he's gonna make. He might make the Hall of Fame this year. Andre Johnson.
He was a great.
He was great. He was awesome.
He was on that team for every year, and he was just.
Yeah, he never was. Wait, didn't he go to the Titans for 1 year?
He might have. I think he had 1 year on another team after
I think
Houston.
it was the Titans. Yeah,
But he was with Houston
For his
on
whole
a
career.
shitty Houston team
yeah.
for a long time.
There's this look at Calvin Johnson's whole career.
Well, that's another one. That's another one. I mean, you look at Andrew Luck's career. I mean, I think the thing about football and what makes football such a great sport is like it's so make or break. There's so few games. They're so important.
That's why I think it's just more interesting than any other sport because it's only like once or twice a week. It's every game matters. Everybody's going their hardest every single game. Because you watch these other sports like baseball and basketball, and you could just tell some guys are not giving it their all every game. You just can tell. It's just really, you can really tell.
Well, I mean, I think the thing is,
it's not their fault because like they have so many more games.
That, but like I think even like with less games, like it makes these games even more important. And if something can go wrong, like a 7-game series,
Yeah,
the better team's gonna win.
of course. The underdog really has no shot.
but in a football game, anything can happen.
That's the interesting part.
We're talking about Minnesota 12-0 in one score games. That's not to say that they're much better than their opponent. That's to say that they found a way to win
in those games, yeah.
And finding a way to win even more than being the better team is something that's important.
Yeah,
which makes it even.
Yeah, and that's the thing because it's one game.
Yeah,
it's just one. It's like, listen, like all you got to do is play your best this one game. You got to get you play your best football one game and you advance.
Yeah,
like it's just how it is.
Well, you see guys like Aaron Rodgers. You just lost. You're out of the playoffs.
He's done.
I mean, what's gonna happen now? Mr. Rodgers. The neighborhood ain't looking good, dog.
Nah, dude, not at all, bro. Shit, man. I really just can't believe back to the 2023 subject. How we're here right now.
I feel like we keep at it with the football.
I know, but it's exciting time.
It's been a very exciting, very important time for the sport.
But is it 2023 now? What?
You're right.
I've known you 6 years now. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think about I think we get tricked into the fact of a week is 7 days, and there's so many weeks.
Yeah,
and things become mundane. But we are progressing each and every day. And you're right. We've known each other for 6 years.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel like that, though. It feels like it's only been a couple of years, maybe 2 years the most.
Maybe we know each other for a couple more years, We have a successful podcast. Hey!
Yeah, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You keep at it for those years.
100%.
Those years.
We've
known each other for those. What's some of the highlights of those years? Big Drip?
Big Drip was a big highlight.
Drip. I fell in love with.
It was a big highlight. That fucking upstate New York trip. That was fucking lit. What else did we did some other shit too. Oh,
those were great.
Jersey.
I liked going to see Cousin Van upstate New York.
That was fun, right? Cousin Van, if you're out there, dude, we'll be back soon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Shout out Cousin Van. Cousin. He's kind of dropped off the map.
I don't hear from him. I don't know where he is. I know where he is.
They wouldn't rehire him at the restaurant because of
the other restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, at ours for our reason.
Yeah.
But then the one over
the other restaurant.
The one that he was working at last year, they didn't want to rehire him either.
Yeah.
Because they felt like he had not good work ethic.
Wait, that was what they said?
I heard that. Yeah, why did you?
I didn't. No. I didn't hear anything. To be honest,
you didn't hear
anything. I just heard that he wasn't.
Well,
working
he
there.
asked, I think, to come back, and they were like, we don't really want you. I mean, the thing is, he was trying to be a bartender, and if you're not a good bartender, the bartenders kick you off bar.
Oh yeah, you're if they can tell you not doing the job right. Bye. We'll do it.
Serving.
That's literally how it is.
Yeah. Serving is different because we always need a million servers, and it's not like we're all on the same team. The managers need people, so they'll take you back.
Yeah.
But the bar team is if you weren't pulling your weight, which is, I guess, what they felt in this scenario, and I've seen happen in other scenarios. I've seen people get put on bar and then get kicked off bar.
Yeah.
And it's not very nice, but I understand. They pool their money, so they don't want to, if they don't want you, they don't want you. It's not really my, it's not my thing,
Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, I mean, because
I stay over and serve a lot.
And also, they know, I guess with bartenders and stuff, if you're not, or any job really, if you're not doing the job, it's we'll just have one of the people that have been doing it do it. You know what I mean? They're not gonna waste their time if you obviously can't do it.
Yeah.
To just leave you there. They're to bring somebody else that they know that knows how to do it.
Well, I think think about it. All three of us are the bartenders, and there's guys here. That guy right there is all three of our jobs.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't doing the job, exactly. You got to get somebody who will do the job.
And they'll find somebody that knows how to do the job. It's just how it is, bro. That's any kind of job, though. That's any job.
But the difference is that's what I'm saying. If we're servers and instead of this one guy, there's three guys.
Yeah.
And this guy's my job, this guy's your job, and this guy's your job.
Yeah.
And this guy's pissed over here because I don't really care, that's shitty, I'm sorry,
this guy's
I do
pissed.
care a little bit, but not the same way a bartender would be like, come on, man, you're not taking care of your guy, that's I'd get on you. I'm not going to get on you if you're not taking care of this guy because I don't care.
Yeah. 100%.
That's not on me. I'll take care of my guy. Is good. He's good over here.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I had a question for Babe for Hunnid.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm really excited for this year, 2023, with your new releases, your new there's new songs, new videos. I want to see some. Like, when is like the next thing gonna come out? Next video, song? Like, when could we expect some more shit? Like, more content?
You have to stay tuned to that. We don't reveal our next move.
Ooh, that's right.
Ooh.
We do
All
like
right.
to say secretive out here.
We gotta be secret
We
about
hiding
that,
things.
yeah.
We don't want to talk about things till we got
But,
product
but,
for you.
like also, we do got some stuff in store, right? Obviously.
Well, that is
Yes,
what
we do though. But I mean, like, it's like 2023. I want to like come back even stronger. The goal is you want to do better than you did last year.
100%.
that is a goal. That's I like that goal.
Like,
You
I
want to do
gotta
better
ha-
than
like,
you
I
did
wanna
last
do
year.
Double. Like I gotta have like double videos than I did last year. I
Mhm.
gotta have double tracks than I did last
100%.
year.
Well, maybe quality over the quantity too.
Definitely.
Not
That's a big
I have
part.
to have more podcasts up than I did last year.
Does that better?
I have to
Yes,
have
better.
better.
Yeah.
Like I want to have
both-
better tracks than I did last year.
Both
for
things I
sure.
feel like are a little bit true though. I think you have to try to be able to be putting out some type of content,
Definitely
but quality I think is more. Yeah,
quality. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you're making content, you want that content to like make it matter in the long run. You feel me?
yeah. I think that's too. Yeah, if you were putting out like a bunch of stuff, and I guess I'm guilty of this, but then it doesn't matter. But if you put out like one thing and they're like been waiting for it and that's it, there's different things. There's different ways of marketing so many different
Definitely.
things.
That's a big part.
There's
Marketing.
different
In
strategies
this
of
industry, marketing's so heavy. Your image has to like matter. Your music has to matter.
The thing is weird. Like years ago, it didn't used to be like that. If your
It used to
music
just
was
be
tough,
talent.
you were tough. You know what I mean? Now it's
Yeah.
all different.
Well, it's
Like,
interesting because it's two different brain. It's two different brain things. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
you're being a creative. You're doing a music. You're doing a podcast.
Mhm.
You're painting a picture. Whatever it is, you're being a creative. That's a creative brain.
But you want to be original. You gotta stand out though.
But that's what I'm saying. You also have to market it. You got to be your social media manager. You got to be able to market it. You got to be able to produce it. You got to be able to do all that shit
Mhm.
now. And it's good and bad because it allows you to be able to do those things. I can upload to YouTube and just make my talk show happen
Yeah.
myself. I don't need somebody to do that.
Yeah.
But if you know how to do the marketing, then you don't.
That's what I'm saying. If you where I'm saying like Jimmy Fallon, he's going to NBC to get NBC to do his show. He's not marketing his show.
NBC is basically.
Yeah. He's the creative. So like I think it's interesting, and I was talking to this the other day. You're making an Instagram page, you're an entrepreneur. You're your own business person. You're trying to market for whatever product it is you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
So you're being creative, you have a product. And then you also have to be the business marketing side of it. Like, how do I sell this product to people? Which is two totally different things that I think about all the time. Is interesting.
Definitely.
You got to wear two hats. It's tough. It's tough. I think it's not easier than clocking in at a job to be your own,
Yeah.
Be your own boss.
I think it's not easier than clocking in, but you do get perks with it of being able to be your own boss.
Because you're like literally working for yourself.
Yeah.
That's literally the definition of working for yourself.
And working for yourself, that kind of shows you like how valuable you can be
Yeah.
to yourself.
And like people see that. Like, oh, like, he just works for himself. Like,
That's some big boss
or she
shit.
works for herself. It doesn't matter anybody.
I
that
think
just
to be,
works for themselves.
I was seeing something the other day, but being able to, exactly what you gentlemen are saying, being able to work for yourself is like a big time flex. That's
Yes,
a
it is.
big ball of flex.
Like,
Yeah,
you just work
big
for
baller.
you. Yeah, that's like you just work for yourself. Like that's
And that's
really-
that is my goal a little bit,
100%.
you know?
That should
That's
be
my goal,
That should be
too. That
everybody's
should be
goal.
everybody's
Though. Like,
goal.
why do you want to like work your whole life? I mean, it's cool like for like a
Well, it's
temporary
tough,
time for
you
something.
know?
It is hard. It is hard.
Because
but
like
it's
think about this, my guy, my electrical boss, he works for himself. He's got an electrical business, but he then needs people to work for him.
Yeah.
So not everybody can be that guy. I don't want to say that, because it's like
It is the truth though.
Yeah,
Not-
but you know.
me, even me. I want a podcast, co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a producer, a back end guy, an editor
At the end of the day,
potentially
you're
down
always
the
gonna
road.
need people that work for you. So at the end of the day,
It's true.
you are kind of working for other people too. Like
Yeah. But like I said, it is a big flex to be able to be like,
oh yeah. It's like I just
But
do
you
my
gotta
own
think
shit.
about it like this. Though. If it was easy being a big boss, working for yourself, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be as valuable.
that's true.
100%.
That's true. If it wasn't hard as hell, yeah, and I do believe it is hard as hell.
Oh yeah.
So it wouldn't be as valuable if it was easy. Think about it like that.
Can I ask you something, Birdman? What you know? So like with music and stuff, do you have certain things that potentially like inspire you? I guess maybe this is for both you guys because you know you do music too. You know, is there certain things that you think about that go through your mind during the day that like inspire you?
Can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Right, just go off.
I just go off crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever you feel when you get in the studio, that's just like what you go to. Okay, I feel that.
Because I'll catch a mood. You know, I don't want to say like a vibe, but I guess that's really what I meant. I'll catch a vibe. You know, certain things will inspire me.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things will take hold in my brain. I'm trying to really figure out what a good example is to share with you guys. There's different things, but that's interesting because I've talked about this a little bit, and that's interesting. You're saying you just go for it.
Yes, sir.
Because I feel like sometimes when I paint a picture, I let the canvas tell me what it wants to paint. My brother was asking me this question recently about like what your creative like inspiration is. And I was kind of telling him that. Mm-hmm. The canvas tells me what it wants. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I feel like you just said to me in a way.
Do you think it's just a canvas of the mind though?
Mm-hmm.
Or like where your mind's going? Because mind build.
So you're saying
yeah, mind.
So you're saying you take your mind and you follow it and you trust it.
Yeah.
And you say that, yo, they're crooked, yo. I put mine on the ground.
Hey, look, it kind of stands on a tilt.
Leaning Tower of Poland Spring.
Very scary.
What's up, y'all? We're back. T Roses. And the sick fuck right here.
Yeah,
and
Jay
Baby
the C.
Foe, give him some mo.
Johnny the,
Jay the C.
Jay the C.
But yeah, so town nearby us that you're from.
Yeah.
I think, we could say, but I don't know. You might have heard about this.
Let me hear about this.
One of your brother's friends recently, or maybe not one of your brother's friends, but one of the kids that was in the same grade as your brother, went to school with him.
Okay.
Was on our friend Gabo's soccer team.
Oh yeah, he wasn't in my brother's grade. He was the grade below.
You know
me.
who I'm talking about?
That was fucking crazy.
So he's class of 2018.
No, he was class of 2015. This kid.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
he was 2 grades.
You might have heard about this too, because you know about this town. Yeah, this guy was
Oregon incident.
We might have had a character, and he might have been lurking in a train station.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Taking some drugs, fentanyl,
alcohol.
Yeah. I heard a little fentanyl might have been in his system. I don't want to listen. I'm not a police report. All right, so if the facts are wrong,
I think exactly it was alcohol, fentanyl, and weed. But like weed, it really doesn't fucking count.
Because I heard that. Yeah. But and apparently attacked a man on the train.
78-year-old.
What the fuck?
78-year-old man.
Like bit the guy and shit. Like fucking
attacked
the whole side of his face.
That has to be like
attacked
some Flocka shit.
Gnawed at his face to the bone.
Yeah.
And then what did he say? He had a quote that he said something like,
he thought like, all right, this is
a wild quote. This is
crazy,
quote.
bro. He's like, oh, I thought that was a robot. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. I think he was on bath salts.
Nah, he's on Flocka.
What's
on
Flocka? What's Flocka?
Flocka?
What is that? What is that?
You don't know what Flocka is?
I'm pretty sure Flocka, isn't that drug that kills you after you take it? Like,
no, it's not. Not at all.
What does it do, bro?
It like makes you run around naked.
Oh,
and go crazy. It's like you're a fucking zombie too, but it's like you're a superhuman.
Oh my god, dude.
Like the reason why they take off their clothes though is like I hear that like their body temperature gets so hot. Like, they like take them off and stuff.
Oh, all right.
But you could literally ram into a car and break the window and still be okay and get back up easily.
That's nuts, dude.
It is.
What the fuck?
That's some like real sick fuck shit right there.
That is real.
Do you think
sick
maybe
fuck
like
shit.
if you had like a couple months to live, you might like take that? Like if you had like a week to live?
Oh, I do. 100% I take that shit. If I had a week to live, fuck yeah, where am I finding that shit?
We're gonna have some Flocka freakouts in this bitch.
We're like, yo, if I had a week to live, I'm like, where is that shit? I'll go wherever that shit is.
Well, then maybe that's what this guy got. He went to the doctor. The doctor said, you have stage 4 cancer. You could be dead next week. He's like, I'm gonna go to the train station, probably attack a guy on Flocka. I was trying to find the quote. It's a wild quote. It says something about like, yeah, the man was a robot. And he said, and the robots were telling me to kill him or something.
Oh my god.
It's a
Dude,
wild quote. I want the exact quote because I don't want
to have to be to get to like how you know how fucked up you have to be on that level. That's insane. You gotta be like and beyond fucked up for that, dude. That ain't even like.
Because I was saying this, like, out of all the people who's like, you know, maybe like eat a woman's face, and I'm not saying do that. But like, if I was to eat someone's face,
it ain't
like,
gonna be no old man.
It's not gonna be 80-year-old man. So the fact that some robots must have been speaking to this guy is all I'm saying.
There was someone was talking to this guy.
Like,
some make believe person was talking to this
guy.
Like
he bites the face off a woman. I'm like, okay, you know, they were like a pretty woman in red dress, face bitten off by homeless man on fentanyl. I'm like, typical.
Yeah.
Very typical, but nah, yo, 80-year-old
man on fentanyl. Damn, bro. I mean, like, I feel bad for both parties, bro. I feel bad for the old man, obviously, and I feel bad for this kid because it's like, what the fuck did you have to take to make you feel like that?
Well, somebody said he took some really weird drug that permanently altered his brain chemistry.
That has to be Flocka.
No, he was talking about like a P2P.
Nah, it's probably Flocka.
And then he said,
No, it has to be Flocka.
All right, it was Flocka.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, but we don't know. What did the source say? They didn't say what drug he took.
No. The police report said alcohol, fentanyl, and weed. But like the thing is,
I feel like they could be.
I saw
covering
something that my friend was talking about, like a P2P like strain of meth.
Oh, okay, that make more sense.
That
Definitely.
like permanently had altered his brain chemistry, which is why he's hearing the robots telling him to eat the man's face.
What's going on with this kid now? Is he just like zonked? Like he's just?
I think he got manslaughter. I think he got like 2nd-degree manslaughter. I gotta look this up.
He's getting like.
I gotta look this up because we keep talking about this. How do I feel like I saw it on so many places and I can't find it.
Yeah, but that meth could be mixed with Flocka.
Yeah, you never know it's meth. Like
It could be mixed with Flocka.
Well, it was mixed with something.
Fentanyl, at least.
Yeah, Westfield kid eats face.
All you gotta type in is Corin Kramer, bro.
Oh, is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh, we might have to bleep that out.
Yeah, we'll bleep that out.
We have to
No,
bleep
I mean,
that
if he's
out.
a murderer, I mean, I think we could dox him. Nobody can. Yeah, look at that. This looks like a. Is that him?
That's him, bro. That's
Or no, this is Florida Facey. Says he wants to be a normal kid.
Look up, you know, the name I just said.
Yeah, I typed in Westfield here, so I don't.
All you gotta type in is the name I just said.
All right, what is it? Here, type it in.
I'll type it in, cousin.
Sorry, we're just finding a little. You want to sing a little elevator music for them, Birdman? You got a little.
It's not what I want to fucking type in.
What are you looking at?
I'm typing them in.
Tats over there? You looking at breastises?
Here we go. Here's the monster. Oh my god. Oh my god. He looks like he's methed out of his mind.
I told you, cuz.
Is there a video?
Of him eating the
there's that. We got this.
No,
right
is there like more videos that show him not eating the face?
Give us the facts, T.
At least the visualizer.
Alright, what the fuck? So it's not
Raid Shadow
Here we go.
Legends
This
just
is
popped
so-
up on the screen.
I guess this was him, like regular, like in high school days, all the way on the left, the first picture. That's him in high school
Very
days.
typical. Looks like, you know, he could like surf a little bit.
Yeah, and
Looks
now
like he probably smoked a little
and
weed.
now look at that. How the fuck?
Where the neck tattoo?
Man-
neck tattoo?
That's got to be a neck tattoo.
Where that
Man
come
chews.
from?
Let me read that title there. Man chews face and car off in gruesome attack, claiming he was a robot. Yeah, there you go.
Nah. Oh my god, bro, that is so scary.
Very scary.
Yeah, the 25-year-old
scary.
suspect was allegedly high on fentanyl and marijuana. Knew I heard that. Yeah, claiming, yeah. Chewing off an elderly man's ear and part of his face on a train platform had told cops he believed the 78-year-old was a killer robot. So that's what.
Oh god.
It wasn't that somebody told him to kill the robot.
He thought
the man was a killer robot.
That's Flocka, bro.
Yeah,
That
and-
ain't
No, that's
fentanyl.
Flocka.
That ain't no
That's
fentanyl,
Flocka.
bro. Like,
and has been arraigned on a 2nd-degree assault charge.
Sounds like Flocka.
I think the guy didn't die, actually. Yeah, that's the
No,
thing.
the guy didn't die, but like still, bro. Like
Yeah, he
fucking-
was in critical condition, I heard.
He was, but he didn't die.
He's an old guy. You attack an
70
old guy, shoot
78.
at his face. I mean, you're liable to kill him. That's what I'm saying. Even
Sev-
if you're not trying.
Definitely.
78, bro. Old as hell.
Who had chewed off the man's ear and bitten the skin off his face to the point of exposing his skull.
What the fuck?
Yeah, trying to kill him. Stated the belief that the victim was a robot, trying to kill him based on how the victim smelled.
What the fuck?
Spit out the flesh and claimed the police had saved his life by separating him from the robot. Yeah, alcohol, cannabis, and fentanyl
There's
pills.
no way, bro. It had
It
to be
has to
something
be
else.
Flocka.
Like how fucking
No
that be
matter what
something
you
else?
tell me, Flocka's gonna be my only answer.
He told the cops, he said, he gave the cops a fake name, L. Baker. At least he's fun.
Baker.
And they fingerprinted him and figured out who he was. Obviously not L. Baker.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Yeah, he had been evicted. Okay, so this is a homeless man who had been evicted in November.
Wait, who's the homeless man?
The
L. Baker.
L. Baker.
He's a homeless fucker.
L. Baker.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, God knows. But he said something about he moved to Oregon and then Georgia before coming back to New Jersey. And then it says, but then something changed in his behavior and he started mumbling to himself. So L. Baker's nuts.
Yeah.
And L. Baker thinks that there's killer robots out there. I pose to you gentlemen the question, are there killer robots out there?
No, sir.
Fuck no. Does
Okay.
that maybe if you're on Flocka?
Yeah, maybe I'm Flocka.
What about this AI though? You've been in the shop, right? So you've been seeing these.
But those are like, what are those?
Those are just prototypes.
Yeah.
Those are prototypes. Then they start giving the guy arms. Then he notices, oh, there's no peanut butter. Let me stock the peanut butter.
Wait, those things do that?
No, they don't. But I'm saying
But it
What
could,
if?
it could eventually do
that's
that.
the next step.
It eventually starts doing that shit.
Well, all I know is once the AI starts being able to teach itself how to do things,
We're doomed.
we're going to lose, which is almost like inevitable, apparently. So I think L. Baker might have an idea. I think if you want my honest opinion, L. Baker might be Sarah Connor's kid. Might
be.
know the Terminator.
Yeah.
And he's here from the year 28. Get to the chopper.
Oh my god, dude.
Think about it. The Terminator is Spanish. What does he say? Hasta la vista, baby. El Baker.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know.
that is some nuts shit, dude.
Flocka, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's gotta be, right? Like, what the fuck else could that be?
Do you think Aaron Rodgers takes Flocka after he lost yesterday?
He definitely did something after he lost.
Do you think he? Do you think he jerks off in the mirror to himself just to up his self-esteem?
Hey,
You're good. You're
I
good.
think he probably he downed a bottle of something last night after the game.
Yeah, he did. I think he gets high too. I think
I think he
heard
does
that.
too.
I think
I can see
heard that.
coke.
I've heard him say something about mushrooms too.
Shrooms.
You think Aaron Rodgers?
I can see it, dude.
I heard actually reports were given out. Barstool, I saw this clip today, was saying Daniel Jones was drunk at the bar. Seen drunk at a bar somewhere. Seen very intoxicated at a bar. And I was doing a clip recently. I forget what podcast I was saying. Or no, I was telling somebody he's got to go home and go to bed and get some good sleep. Apparently he's out there getting drunk. All right, come on. You got Minnesota on Sunday.
Wait, when was he
Go
caught,
to the
when was he
gym.
caught drunk in a bar?
The other day, there's a Barstool clip that I saw this morning. Some
Oh, wait,
girl.
because he knew he wasn't playing this weekend.
Well,
Hey, yo.
yeah, that's probably
Well,
it.
this past weekend,
That's
he
right.
wasn't playing, so.
That's right. So he was getting drunk
He's
at
like,
the
yeah, I
bar.
get fucked up. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck it.
That's crazy to think, though. That's Danny Dimes out there getting drunk. Come on, man, go to bed.
Go fuck to bed.
Remember those Kobe stories? Kobe would say that if his players wanted to go out and stuff, he'd go out with them. But then he'd show up the next day and be like, all right, well, we're going to the gym at 4 or 5 in the morning. crazy shit like that. Daniel Jones, we need you on that type of level, all right? If you're out there getting drunk, I hope you're in the gym at least 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5 in the morning.
Think about that Mamba mentality. But, gentlemen, what do we think? And anything else maybe we wanted to share with the people today?
Just everyone have a happy 2023. Can't think of anything else.
That's right. Yeah, we're talking about 2023. This is the first podcast of that. This is episode 43 of Rainbows and Sunshine.
Rainbows and sunshine.
And we're happy to bring it to you
Sunshine,
here
bitch.
with my good friends here. T Roses, baby. And the baby himself.
I'll be back soon. We'll
That's right.
both be back
Baby
soon.
Fo, give him some mo.
Baby Fo, give him small. We'll
Like
for sure
Han, like
do another
how.
episode, gentlemen. Thank you.
Sooner than later.
Sooner. Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.